Hi everybody, Sean O'Kane here with Chip Estimate TV. We're here in Santa Clara, California at ARM TechCon 2014. My guest today is Mike Gianfagna.
That was well done with the hand gesture. Thank you.
Vice President of Marketing with eSilicon. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we did get the notes and, wearing the same jacket.
Yeah. Well dressed. You look impeccable today.
I got the memo.
As usual.
Thank you very much. And let me explain a little bit what eSilicon does. If our audience doesn't know, eSilicon specializes in designing, productizing, and manufacturing ASICs for OEMs and fabless semiconductor companies.
Correct.
Thank you. Good night. I think anyway.
Well, that's a wrap. Okay.
Hey, so there's two announcements.
Yeah.
Recently, the new 16 nanometer embedded memory IP.
Yes.
And this is really cool, the semiconductor quoting automation portal.
Yeah.
That was just announced. So can you expand on those two introductions and the advantages your customers are seeing?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, Sean. So there's a lot of shows going on this week. We were at the TSMC Open Innovation Platform event a couple of days ago where we had a booth and we were demonstrating both technologies. The new 16 nanometer FinFET memories are being delivered along with the rest of our memories through something called IP Marketplace. Mm-hmm. It's an online portal that allows you to choose memories, look at the PPA for those memories, come up with literally Excel spreadsheets that show the different power, performance, and area for chosen memories, download those so you can do more analysis, and download the front-end views so you can try before you buy. The idea behind it is you can try the memories, find the exact right ones for your architecture, and then purchase those memories online. So this is a new internet capability that we demonstrated at OIP. It's going to be live in about a month's time. It's almost ready for release. And that's kind of one piece of the internet technology. There's another piece on the side of quoting that you mentioned that we announced recently. But before I get to that, let's talk about where we are today. We're at ARM TechCon. You know, as I walk around the show, Sean, I see tremendous impact of all this technology on the internet and vice versa. The internet and the hyper-connected world is kind of changing everything we do.
Right.
I look at that and I wonder, when will that come to the semiconductor industry? Because we're frankly still a little bit in the Stone Ages in terms of how we do business. So at eSilicon, we're trying to change that. The technologies we're delivering through the internet with the idea that we can make access to semiconductor technology easier, more transparent, and more predictable. So I talked a little bit about the IP Marketplace where you could find memories and download information to try before you buy and then literally purchase them on the internet. On the quoting side, it's a little bit of a different story. Here, and we did demonstrate this yesterday as well, we have an interface where you can get a quote for a multi-project wafer or MPW slot, or you can, and by the way, we support multiple foundries for that. Or if you have a GDS2 design and you're ready to tape out for production, you can get a very fast quote for TSMC. Today it's exclusively with TSMC. You fill out a few questions. It takes about 5 minutes on the internet, and you get a fully executable, legally binding quote in your inbox instantly for a GDS2 tape out in production, including the NRE and including the production volume pricing. Now, most people we talk to say that takes a couple weeks to a month to generate. We do it in 5 minutes on the internet, and we think that there's a tremendous amount of flexibility and transparency that results in being able to get the quotes that fast. So our view is that by delivering this technology through the internet, we will make access to semiconductor technology easier and faster, and will generate more design starts and more interest. So that's the plan. Right,
and so how does this tie into the IoT revolution? Because I know that Lisa Minwell gave a nice presentation
on IoT.
Yes, and it does kind of tie in, which is great. That's the majority of the conversation here as well.
Yeah. So think about the IoT revolution. I mean, is it 50 billion connected devices? I don't know. The numbers are huge.
Right.
All of those devices are going to have semiconductor content, which is different, right? Everything, your watch, your contact lenses, your refrigerator. We've all heard the stories. Not all of that is going to be done with standard off-the-shelf parts. There's going to be a need for custom silicon in a lot of those IoT devices. The question to ask yourself is, will all those companies building those IoT devices be expert semiconductor designers? And I would argue they'll be expert system designers. They will know they'll need semiconductors, but they're not going to really be of the same caliber as a lot of the people designing the ASSPs today in fabless chip companies. So the question to ask yourself is this: what can we do to make it easier and more accessible for those designers to access custom silicon, to build differentiating parts for their products? And I would further argue that by providing an easy way to access IP and an easy way to get pricing on the internet, that's a start. There's more to do. But if you can do that, I believe you can bring more people to the table and you can increase design starts. And that's kind of our vision around IoT.
Yeah, well, I do want to mention, you can also find eSilicon on the ChipEstimate.com.
That's right.
And find out everything you ever wanted to know.
Absolutely. You
But
can
we're
find
fantastic.
we can find out about our IP on ChipEstimate.
Right.
You can come to our site and decide if you want to build a chip with our IP. You can try out the IP and you get a price for the whole thing. All on the internet between ChipEstimate and eSilicon.com.
So, for Mr. Mike Gianfagna, my name is Sean O'Kane. We'll see you next time on Chip Estimate TV.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
All right.